What is going on, people? My friends, my tribe. How's everybody doing? Happy Sunday. Let's dig into the stock market and then what's going to be hot this week. And let's just spend a few minutes reviewing Friday because we had a gangbusters day in the market. The market successfully defended its 50-day moving average for, the third or fourth time in this rally. It was powerful and it was decisive. And you saw, frankly, just a lot of movement across the board, like large caps, small caps. You had it across the board. So it was, I think, a confirmed hold of the 50-day moving average. We did an undercut and then a rally, and we basically had an all-day long trend. And beyond that, just the price action was just fantastic. If you're looking at the QQQs, of course, it was trending all day, but we had, a decent run in the IWM. And beyond that, we saw just runs in every kind of major stock that had been oversold. Tesla did a big, after being down 4 or 5 days in a row, big 8% rally, broke over that 400 and the gap fill. You saw Nvidia up 5% almost. Even TSM, right, with a decent day. Like, you just had it really across the board. Semiconductors were leading the way. ARM was up 10%. Palantir was up 6%. So this was a good sign. It was something that you wanted to see, and you really saw it across the board from, mid caps to small caps. So really all over. So I think that, that was the 50-day moving average hold. We've had a hot rally. We've come back now and really spent a couple weeks digesting it. Let's see tomorrow if we have some follow through on that. I suspect that, maybe that was the bottom, just based on the price action. And, dude, there was runs in all the little guys too. The robots companies, the quantum companies, the helicopter companies, the nuclear companies across the board. Look at this stuff, right? So, hey, one thing to be mindful of is that the CES tech conference or show is going on this week. And so you did see a run up in a lot of the names that are going to be there. And so this may be kind of a buy the rumor, sell the news kind of thing. So be mindful if you see some stocks that are going to be featured in there. You may get that 1 or 2 day ramp and then they may rug off. So don't, just be really mindful and raise your stops. But holy crap, like the pent up buying, I guess, was just there, right? Like, you see this stuff like Oklo and stuff going. So let's dig into the watch list and see what's going on. I got a mix of some larges and small. So first of all, I think, we've got to put some of these kind of robot companies, on the board. The space ones too, just because, dude, holy crap. 30% move on something like a serve, even RR, right? Even RR took off 70%. This is, these are huge moves, right? Even iRobot, right? Old iRobot was up 24%. So just anything with the word robot was really cooking. So keep an eye on these for some day two plays. You just can't ignore the price action on them. Holy crap. And, I figured this could happen when the, CRNC really went so gangbusters, but it was really like, that was some of the most heat you're going to see. And guys, always be one thing mindful is that on Fridays you get these kind of heat names on some of these smaller names because the options traders are just coming in and hitting those 0 DTEs hard. You saw, so many contracts go on some of these things. So just be mindful. I want you to put these robot companies, Serve, RR, on the list. On the large cap side, I really love this APP. We got a nice, easy level here. You got room to go to 417. Spent a good month consolidating. Oklo, I think this is going to be in play. Now, if it gaps up big, I would actually probably stay away from it. But if you get a weak open on this one, it probably gets bought up. If not, it'll just be an inside day. Some of these heli companies are going ACHR, big bounce. I think Joby looks a little bit better. Dude, I had some of this for a swing down here, and I ended up selling it for like minus 20 cents, like a loser. Holy crapolies. That's a clean name. And look, you're clearing out, if you look left, right, you're clearing out all these levels over here. Turds are flying, and I just be careful stepping in front of, any shorts on this kind of stuff because they're just running across the board. I really like this Reddit here. You're testing this 180 level again. Close a little bit above. Watch that spot here. You're right at that key breakout level. BTDR, big bounce in crypto names. BTDR has been the leader. Of course, you saw MSTR running and a little bit of action in coin. But this is the best one out of the group. I mean, it's got the cleanest chart. So I think this is where you stay. I think MSTR, man, it's just a tough bastard to trade. You just don't know how it's going to react anymore now that it's kind of topped out. GEV, for you swing traders out there, I mean, this is a good darn look over here. Like, holy shamoly, you got a nice, kind of 1.5 to 2 months breakout setup here. A flat top with the market heating up and bouncing right at the right time. That's a good sign. Twilio, dude, after that epic run post-earnings, you finally pulled back and consolidated. You remounted the 9 and 20 EMAs here. And, dude, you just got a good spot here to kind of come here and attack this. That's a good look here. More of a swing trade setup for me. Same thing with GEV. They're a little bit thin in volume. It's hard to scalp these things effectively, but man, these things both look like they could just be holders. Old Chewy Nation. You got the Chewy Nation right here. Dude, you got a breakout setting up on this. It's clearing out all sorts of levels from the last, year and a half, give or take. I like this, This is the Amazon for dogs, man. White people love dogs, right? You got to respect that. This could be, this should be something. Like, this thing needs a cook. Nvidia finally broke back over the 50-day moving average. This looks like, right, it's on the attack right here. If it gaps up, I won't touch it because it'll be through the Bollinger Band. If it opens up weak, though, I think that's a buyer, especially if you get any weakness towards that 50-day moving average. Till then, you have to kind of let this expand out a little bit. TSM's got a good look on it. Once again, I will not chase a gap up on this because if you get a gap up on a day 3 on a large cap name, like a lot of the range gets sucked out. So both of those require weak opens unless you're swinging them. They look great for like longer term plays, but if you're a day trader and this thing gaps up to say 211, 212, you got to be careful there because you're going to be into a little bit of resistance and you'll be outside the upper Bollinger Band. It's way better if you kind of zoom, right? Just kind of wear it. What you want to do is kind of let it open a little bit weak and then kind of take it like that. A little hanging Chad, a little hanging man, the pet the snake would really help too. But good look here. And then, dude, Rivian, 124 million shares in volume. Biggest volume day I've seen, right, in some time. A couple months here and really back down to over here. You can't argue with this one. I mean, dude, the 0DTs on this were up 10x. Even some of the January 10s were up 10x. I mean, that's a hotness right there, right? That's a hotness right there that you can't ignore. Let's get a weak open on this one. I think we could try this one. Beyond that, dude, there's a lot of just good-looking stocks out there. I thought RKLB has a good look to it also. You're right. It looks a little bit like Joby. You got basically a 1-month consolidation, right sector, right time, right name. And, I think this one's got a really nice look. Looks similar to Oklo, but I think a little bit cleaner, frankly, right? You've got just a cleaner level, and it's also less prone to fugazi. So, I mean, dude, look at the action on this stuff. So you got to respect this. Whatever you think of the market, when you have a day like that where you just like, boom, stock after stock after stock, I mean, you gotta roll with it and give the benefit of the doubt to the men in green, the old bulls, guys. So let's see what happens tomorrow. Like, hopefully the market doesn't just gap up like 1%. That'll take some of the fun out of it. If we get a flat open, a weak open, I think we're in the big game, and we're gonna have some awesome opportunities. So let me know if you guys have any questions. Feel free to ask me anything. I love you guys. Peace.